Sammy is our creative person that makes everything happen. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put the overlay on for the marketing company, and we'll take the show off. She's on the Marketing Hope Show team, but she also works for Marketing Hope, the marketing company. So she makes all this wonderful stuff for everybody's advertising. And please reach out to us if you need anything. We're going to have John Faust on briefly. We're going to have Carl on. If anybody likes to, what we're doing with either our non-paid clients that we donate to or our paid clients that want to have us give them more advertising, so you can look at what we're doing for them while we're doing it and give them a little bit more advertising, reach out to us. For what we do, our prices are very, very reasonable. One of the reasons is that a lot of times we are just getting people started. There's some of the big guy marketing people that are creating content, and it goes into the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And we don't charge anything close to that because we're working with the smaller and medium-sized companies that don't have the budget to do the bigger thing. So it's either do no advertising or start up with a firm like us and work your way up.
Yeah.
But I do some work with some of the larger marketing agencies, and it's $15,000 a month for their services. And they've got a wider audience. They're dealing with different things. However, it's expensive. If you've got a big business and you want to, have movie stars be part of your advertising, we can do that. You want sports figures, we can do that. We can hook you up with those people that do that kind of thing. However, if we're making content and the Marketing Hope organization, the tagline on that company is called a marketing company for the rest of us. And I started this company 5 years ago, before the pandemic. And I want to allow content creation for business people that can advertise to their own network. Because a lot of times what Sammy and I do for companies is people forget. It's like, hey, Martha, who do we use for plumbing? And, oh, I don't remember, call the neighbor. And so what we want to do is make sure that we're consistently branding your business and your geometry, your geographic location, and your microphone that you do to the people that are around you, and keep them informed without bugging them too much. So, Sammy, you're doing a piece for Carl, and right now, and we'll wait for Carl to show up, and we'll talk to him a little bit, and then we'll describe what's going on with him. But essentially, we've got his war room up and running. And what's the war room all about? What is that? What happens there?
So that's a place where we can talk to, like in this case, we can talk to Carl. I can show him what I'm working on. He can give me feedback on what he's thinking. I can give him feedback on what I'm thinking. And it's a good way where we can kind of go back and forth and get all their stuff going for them.
And in this case, much like a lot of our customers, we do the work that they need to have done. They're not paying us for things that they can do. As a matter of fact, we're providing free consultation to these people for the things that they should do with the creative that we make. For instance, in Carl's war room, we need him to identify all of the social channels that he wants to talk to. All of his followers are there, people that are like-minded and thinking about what's going on, so that when we make a little piece, and we'll show you guys a little bit later in the show what Sam is making for Carl in the micro video space, but we want Carl to be able to be organized with his social media, and then we drop in that message to buy or to learn about what we're doing along all the channels. And what does that mean? That means TikTok, that means LinkedIn, that means Facebook, that means Instagram, that means, you know, all of these different channels that we want to get this brief message out, and people say, oh, I need that. I need to have that. And then that leads to a landing page, and the customer can say, hey, give me a phone call, or give me a message or an email or a drip email campaign, or, hey, I want to ask a question about, you know, my pipes burst, you know, I need to ask a plumber what I should do. And then that starts that conversation. And most of the time, and I would probably say 95% of the time, once the client gets a hold of the principal, that principal and the client together get a deal done. And if they don't, there's a bad actor somewhere.
Gotcha.
You know, there's a bad customer who wants everything done for free, or there's a bad vendor. You know, and some of the things that we do at the agency are designed to advocate and create a independent arbitration mechanism, so that when a vendor is advertising across the Marketing Hope Network, we vet them, and they have to be good people. They have to be nice people. Yeah. And we don't care. I mean, if you're an ass to one of my people, we don't work for you. You know, because we're not going to tell our customers, hey, deal with this guy, and they can't even be nice to us, and we're trying to help them. You know, and we want to make sure everybody's prices are reasonable. You know, you can't be gouging the customers and expect for us to promote you. And maybe you're a fine organization. You know, maybe you're a wonderful organization. I had a generator put in my house here in Oklahoma. Thank God, with this weather the way it is. But when I first got here, I went to the biggest ad on the internet for an estimate. And my neighbor, I asked him, I said, oh, you know, how much did you pay to get your generator put in? He said, oh, it's $10,000. It was 7 years ago. I said, oh, okay. So I call this guy. Guy comes out, quotes me $30,000.
Wow.
Yeah. And I said, well, my neighbor said his cost 10, so that seems like a big increase. Oh, blah, 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 and COVID, and that's the way it is, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, well, I can't afford that. I'll call you back. And I got a couple more estimates. And I'm a real estate guy. I mean, I develop properties. I talk to people. I mean, I can defend myself. I'm not, you know, somebody's grandma. Well, I get it done by a fine company for $13,000. Whole thing.
Wow.
Same exact thing. Better generator. There was a 22 kilowatt. This guy was wanting to charge me $30,000 for, and the new one I got was 24.
Wow.
And a lot of that kind of thing happens. So if you're looking at a company that's advertising with Sammy and I, Kim and I, or any of the other people in the Marketing Hope family, Nicole, any of them, we absolutely have had a conversation with them first.
Mm-hmm.
And we ask them about their pricing and their services and that kind of thing. And if you see our Marketing Hope information, we already talked to them. And we already told them, look, you better take care of the customers. If we get a complaint, we're going to investigate that complaint. And if we find the customer to be a bad act or the vendor to be a bad actor, we pull their advertising.
Mm-hmm.
We fire them as a customer. So you know that if you see something that has Sammy's marks on it or the marketing agency's marks on it, that we don't just take anybody that gives us money. They have to take care of the customer. Right, Sammy?
Correct.
And honestly, the people that we've worked with so far, they're nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I think our guys are going to drop in. So
okay.
I'm not going to wait too much longer for them. I think Carl asked me to ping him.
Gotcha.
And John's just going to wander in whenever he feels like it. But let's share a screen. Carl said he'd be in 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I am going to pull up our war room. Hey, brother.
Hello?
I am on a podcast, so be careful what you say.
Okay, you're on the what?
Podcast.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm on the Sammy Show.
Oh, all right. Cool.
But I just want to tell you I love you, and there's nothing you can do about that. And you are doing awesome in your life. And you said you were off Facebook for a little while. What happened?
Yeah, we went to a retreat Friday, and I just felt like God was pulling me in a different direction. So I just deleted my Facebook for a little bit.
Okay, well, I want to talk about that because you do a lot of good on that Facebook.
Okay.
And you bring a lot of positivity into a lot of people's lives. And I want, if there's something negative going on, I want you to eliminate that, not eliminate your outreach to people, because in the work you do, there's a lot of people that, stay doing the right path because your smiling face takes a picture with them. So I want you to think about it. Will you do that for me?
Yeah, I will. I'll maybe take a week and then get back on there or something.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But if there's somebody being negative on social media, you block them.
Amen.
All right?
No, it's not nothing like that, though. It's just,
Okay, good. I'm just checking on you.
all right, I love you, brother.
All right, I love you too, man.
We're headed home. It's kind of chasing the 2-year-olds around for church.
No, you get home where it's safe and warm, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where we're headed.
All right, buddy. Take care.
All right, we love you.
Love you too. That's my part-time job, is taking care of bullies. If somebody ever bullied somebody that, we got them both.
All right.
All right. Carl and John.
What's happening, people?
Hello.
How's it look on your guys' end?
I'm trying to figure out how to do my right camera. I don't like this camera.
Mark, you look better than ever.
That's because I'm standing next to Sammy and she's making me look good.
And I've never seen her look better.
Okay, John, This is Carl. Carl.
Fine, Carl. Oh, hey.
Carl is a customer of the agency, and he is running two different programs with us. One of them is the Resilience Project, which is a charity that we can direct you to get more information on. And what's the other thing that we're Split Smart, Carl?
Come on, Mark. You're supposed to know that by now. Yes, it's Split Smart.
I'm old, and Sammy is more in charge of that. But John, I wanted
my
to.
senior moments.
Way to slut responsibility.
I'm about that right now. I am no good. I have very young, talented, wise, energetic,
Good looking.
good-looking employees that are the best, and they make me look good at every opportunity. So I don't, I need some saving because that's who I am. But Sammy, I wanted to look at this overlay that the Old Souls was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like it's opaque
Oh.
and it's white, so I can't really run it the way we like to
Yeah. That's
because we don't really do white. Everybody's got a darker background, so these work. The Synergy stuff works, the way we do their stuff. But if I shrink this down, the background is black,
mm-hmm.
and it makes a white board. It's just really weird.
Yeah. I'll try to resave them and see what happened.
Okay. All right. But we love the logo, and John and I are going to start putting together some pieces that advertise the show, and what we're going to do is we're going to broadcast our back room showing how we use the collateral pieces to advertise the show, and everybody that watches those pieces gets to say, "Oh, I want to involve you guys." And that's important because that's how Carl got hooked up with us. I was doing some mentoring and consultating with him because he's a charity that I support, that I love what they're doing. So I gave him some free Mark Hope time and some consulting, and we're talking about his marketing program to the point where he said, "Hey, let's act on some of this and let's get Sammy involved and Kim involved and find out where the people need to be." But it's a matter of letting those listeners watch what we're doing, and they're saying, "Hey, if Carl can do that, maybe we should do that for our business." And then the marketing company's mission statement is to be doing well by doing good. And if we're giving things to our clients and they're helping people, then we fulfilled our mission. So we definitely need money. We definitely have paid clients, but we also try to be out there in the community doing good. And yesterday, I got a text message from a lady who saw a homeless man in Oklahoma, and he was sleeping outside with his two dogs under a blanket with no shoes on.
Oh, wow.
And it is cold out there. And I copied and pasted that text from that lady into my Facebook, and I didn't ask for donations. I said, I'm getting a group together to help this guy. And I got $500 sent to me through Venmo in 2 hours.
Wow.
I matched
remember it
it.
goes a long ways to someone who's homeless.
Yeah.
I matched it. We had $1,000 mobilized. We got him some food. We got him some boots, a jumpsuit. We got him a tent. I went down to this place that is housing the guy. I paid for a week of his room, which is ridiculous. It's a Motel 6, and it's a weekly rental at $390 a week.
Wow.
This guy gets Social Security or some kind of assistance from the state or whatever that is, $800 a month or something like that. And he has to choose whether he sleeps outside with his dogs or is inside and warm. So the point I'm making is, if you have a channel built up where you can reach out people, we can do good. You know, and we want to do good. And we're a for-profit agency. However, we will do some help for some folks when they need it. And Carl's situation is that he runs a for-profit on one side and a nonprofit on the other side, which I love. And John, you and I are totally nonprofit. We just want to help people. And that's okay, you know, but we need to have for-profit entities that can have our people making money while they're out there doing good. And, you know, we want to make a bunch of money doing good, you know, and that's a big difference. You know, we are not ashamed to build our craft up and make money, but we're absolutely interested in helping people do that. So I've got a thread in my personal Facebook that's going on, but I just want to publicly thank the people that helped me. And John, you were one of those people that called me and say, hey, what can I do? And I did get his shoe sizes and the clothing sizes and things for you.
Okay.
And I'll swing back around and let you get your people activated. Problem is, I bought him a wagon yesterday, one of those fold-up wagons, because if he ever does get kicked out of that place, he's going to be mobile again. And
Right.
so we can't give him a bunch of things that he's not going to be able to deal with, take with him. So, you know.
So Mark, I have a question. Is the only way people can give money, it's not a GoFundMe or whatever? Is it only through Venmo? Or?
This was a spur of the moment thing, and I put it up there and was hoping to get some people to donate some clothes to this guy. I actually went down to the place because it's a sketchy place, and the lady that was helping this guy has no business being there. I mean, when I rolled up, you know, luckily my Escalade is older and beat up, and I don't clean it very often, so it doesn't stick out. But, you know, there's a bunch of guys hanging out at this outside of this building doing whatever they're doing. And I walked up, knock on the guy's door because we wanted to have the meeting with him up in the front lobby, not in the hotel room where there's broken down cars and things like that. And it was, you know, I told the lady that I was helping, I'm not going to mention her name, but we'll call her Betty. And I said, look, you're not coming back here by yourself. You know, and maybe this guy's a nice guy and he's getting help, but there's a lot of eyes on us right now. You know, so I went down there and helped, you know, make sure that nothing bad happened while we're trying to do some good. And to answer your question, John, I shut off the donations and then matched them. And it was just a one-off thing. I gave people my Venmo to get this guy mobilized. If we do something a little bit more formal, I'll help you guys with it. But right now it's off until we can figure out what's going on. And I told the lady I was working with, I said, look, I said, she got him the forms printed out for him to get a phone free and for him to get in these programs and the thing. I suspect there's some reasons why he's not reaching out for some of the services that he needs. He's bipolar maybe, or something else is going on. And I said, you know, before we keep giving him money, he needs to act in his own behalf. So we said, hey, look,
Absolutely.
here's $400. I'm paying your rent. Here's some food, but fill out the forms. If you don't fill out the forms, I can't keep giving you money because I don't want to hurt somebody by trying to help them.
Mhm.
So I will keep everybody informed. And if there's another way for us to help, that happens too, you know?
Hey, Mark, and you know, while you were talking, I was thinking, I've told you about my, my niece Noreen, and
Yes.
she is in Oklahoma City.
The pizza
And-
lady.
Yeah, yep, and she is great at these things, and it would probably cut to the chase a lot quicker once I know shoe size, pant, whatever sizes.
Well, you
I would
have
get
her
in
call
touch
me.
with
I
Noreen.
want to meet her,
Yep.
and I'd like to get her on one of our shows as well.
Yep.
John's niece does a thing where she gives away pizzas. John, what's the deal with that?
You know, the short version of a long story is she lives off of 10th Avenue in May, and across the street in the neighborhood is a school, and there's these two guys that kind of run this after school program for disadvantaged kids, majority of which are black. And she got to talking to them. They were really nice, and they're like, yeah, we volunteer our time. These kids are really in tough situations. We're just trying to give them some help. And so Noreen, who does not have that much money, made a deal and bought like 30 pizzas and supplied pizzas for the kids one afternoon. And the guy came and he says, you probably don't understand what this means to them to have this.
It's amazing.
And it's such a small thing. And she's had other interactions with them, and I've never met him. I haven't been back and been able to meet them. But she is one of those people that will go out of her way to help someone as best she can. And
John, let's meet backstage. I want you to get me in contact with her. I want to privately help her, and then we'll see about going forward.
Yep,
but there's a lot of charity organizations I support individually. There's a certain amount of them that we can handle at the agency. There's so much need out there that if we organized charity events full time, we wouldn't get any work done. I mean, so as the CEO,
Exactly.
I have to say, hey, I'm supporting Carl as a customer. I'm supporting Sammy as a person that works with us, and we can't just do charity all the time.
Right.
But the Mark Hope Foundation is something that is for that, and that's a little different thing. And as soon as my health improves, I'll work over there more, and the talented people at the agency will do what they're doing.
One of the things you'll find out about Noreen is she's not that person that reaches out for help for herself, but she is a person that will try to help other people. But
isn't that amazing? That is so amazing.
Yeah, no, she's a good gal. You'll like her.
John, I'm going to go ahead and concentrate with Carl on here because he's the focus. But
and you know what? I'm going to bow out. I wanted to just say hello this morning, and
we'll work on that background and logo work, and we will see you on our regular show, and
which is irregular, but that's okay.
At best.
Yes, that's okay. Listen, I'll let you guys go. Have a great day.
Okay? All right, buddy. Take care.
Okay, best of luck. Okay.
All right. Carl, can you see us?
I'd rather look at Sammy, but you're okay too. Yeah.
I appreciate that. I'm going to share a screen, and you guys got some commercials going here. And these
Yeah.
are teaser videos, and you guys are discussing some of this stuff in the war room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And we're kind of molding this stuff, right, Carl?
Yeah, she put them up there, and I gave back some comments, and here we go.
There's a split smart war room where that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime it asks us if we want to be involved in Meta, that's what we want to do. So here is Sammy presenting an idea to Carl, and Carl is giving his input as the owner. And here's another part of that going on. And what I'm looking for here is Carl is getting organized with LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, and we're gonna get some more stuff added, and I'm gonna have some things to say about this media. Like, for instance, I'm gonna say YouTube channel. And then Carl can work on getting that started. Carl is acting as his own media manager just to save some money. But we are absolutely interested in helping direct some of that action. Email. Carl, you have a drip email that you're doing?
Not one that's working, but yeah, I've got, yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm putting this stuff up, and Carl, you say, hey, this is what I'm doing, or this is what I'm not doing, and at least we know. I don't see Instagram.
Yeah, so I think Instagram is on there, isn't it? Well, you get that through Facebook, but yeah, it does have an Instagram page, and I also do have a YouTube page, and I'll go in here and I'll find those and add that real quickly.
And then you can just put, when you get that added, you can just reply here and say done.
Okay.
What you want to do is put it on the original list after you add it and say done. So edit this right here and then add it to our list. That way we have a comprehensive list of all your media. So that's the war room. That's how that works. And as you can see, the branding is going on here. And one of the things that I want to see happen is I want to see the micro video is great. I love the micro video stuff you guys are doing here. I want to see a static image with like a line through it and like a half and half before and after. In Carl's case, an arguing couple that's going through divorce, and then a happy family. That's a static image. And then what we do is we create an AI text block of text that goes with that image.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you share to all your medias. And it's like maybe a 25-word snippet of, are you having a problem, with your divorce that's harming your children? Reach out to us for more information. And then we create a landing page on the website with the micro video. People can watch the micro video, and then there's a form or an email address or something for somebody to reach out and get more information. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Carl?
I think so. I'm just
See, this is the biggest problem that I have with my students in the class that I do, because I could tell with my poker skills that Carl's not paying attention to what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Carl is looking for Instagram.
that's exactly right.
That's exactly right. And I, I could just tell by when I'm teaching a class, I could tell what students are on TikTok and what students are paying attention to what I'm saying. But luckily, we're recording this, and Carl can go back and rewatch it. But those are the structure of what we're doing. So it has to be a static image, then it goes to a micro video, it has AI text and all of the meta description, all of the geolocation, so we're advertising to the right people, and then it's over and over and over, because people, it's going to take 11 contacts, 11 impressions for them to understand what we're doing and what we need. And if you're having to buy that social media, you'll go broke before you get a client. So we're setting up all of the bedrock and the formula so that when somebody does get involved in what we're doing, they want to follow what's going on here. And it can't be long. It has to be a short deal. So, Carl, this is just a teaser for your war room and what's going on. And we'll reach back to you in your regular session. So I'm going to get back on with the Sammy Show.
Okay, so regular session. Oh, well, so real quick, so I just did add the Instagram, just did add the YouTube channels in there, and so I got that knocked out. And I'll go back when you give me the link to this.
Yeah. We're having you on Sammy's show only to advertise your business.
Okay.
This is not a session where we're trying to work on your content. We're going to do that later when the show is focused just on you. So when you have an opportunity to be on one of the other channels, definitely use it to promote to the other audience. So next time, don't do your homework while you're on the show. Take the time during the show to tell the people what you're about. And I know that you're having a little bit of sadness going on right now about Alabama, and you lost your coach. And looks like the whole thing is in shambles at this point.
Oh, give me a break. Give me a break.
But it was a good run. It was a good run, though.
It was a hell of a run. It was a hell of a run. And now, I think we got a pretty good pick after the next pick. So we got the Washington coach. And so, yeah, I'm optimistic.
There is always room for you over here at Sooner headquarters.
Well, I appreciate that. It's tough to come off the mountain down into the lowlands, and but if I find myself,
tell these people that are watching this show, and the thing about the media that we do is not watching, the thing live. We are live, but it's not about that. It's about the rewatch. People are going to see this show and they say, "Oh, that's interesting. I want to watch. I want to learn about that." So, Carl, tell everybody briefly why they should sign up for the Split Smart. It's $99, correct?
Yeah, I mean, so
But if they mention the Mark Hope Show, we're going to give them a 20% discount, right?
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah, I can.
It always pays to watch my podcast. But briefly, we put a lot of money into this software, and it is designed to take a lot of the animosity out of the divorce situation and allowing people to split up their assets in a way that tries to keep things harmonious for the children. Is that
Yeah,
a good?
it's as simple as that. Really kind of from the standpoint, if you get, so nobody wants an ugly divorce, right? Even though nobody in their right mind, but even though people aren't always in their right mind, they still kind of go down that path. And and what trips them up about making it ugly is that they, just because they're making emotional decisions as opposed to smart or intelligent decisions. And so if you just get yourself organized with what you got from a property division standpoint and really kind of the issues kind of surrounding the kids, if you get yourself organized, it's so much easier to make intelligent decisions as opposed to emotional. And that's
Well,
really
let me interject this real quick, and we'll get on with Sammy's thing. But Carl, if you tried to get an attorney to do all this, it could be tens of thousands of dollars to arbitrate this.
if
And
not
if you get together and say, look, I hate you, you hate me, this is terrible, but why go broke over it? Let's at least agree to, do some of this ourselves and at least come out of this thing where we're not broke and mad. We're still going to be mad, but let's not be broke. Let's try to figure out how to get out of this thing. And, it's a wonderful tool. I've taken the tour of it. If you guys want to take the tour of how it works, you can reach out to Carl and he will personally get involved with you and show you. We can also do a show that is a split screen that has people using the tool on the podcast. And that's one of our advanced directives that we came up with the team when they're working on your marketing plan, is to have a show, a Split Smart podcast that actually shows two people using the tool. So it's pretty exciting. And we won't take out any more of your Sunday time. You're in Denver, right?
I am.
And you're under 27 foot of snow over there.
No, it's a little snow, but we're under zero for sure.
Good Lord. So you stay warm, and we love you. And we'll talk to you next week about your progress and creating your formula for success.
Okay, and then Sammy, you and I will keep going back and forth online, and
I'll be there. I'll be there as well.
Yeah, I'll have some stuff to post later today for you to look over.
Okay, well, great. And then the other thing on my to-do list, and I'll go back. So send me the link to kind of look at this, so I can see that, so I can see what I wasn't listening to. And
every single social media that there is, I want to have Split Smart and Colorado Resilience for every single one of them.
All right. So the only one
we want to capture our branding on every single one. I didn't see TikTok on there. There's a lot of them that we don't think about.
Yep. Y'all stay warm. God bless. Thank you.
Carl, we love you. Keep doing good work. There's Carl, everybody. I could tell when people aren't listening to me. And when I'm teaching my life classes, I have these kids that are sitting in class, and I'm trying to teach them how to invest $300 a month for 8 years and then stop doing it, and they'll be millionaires by the time they're 65. If they do nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
And they're too busy on Tinder or whatever the hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
It drives me bananas.
I get that.
But if we catch one of them, right, Sammy?
Right? Yep.
But I saw a video of your husband playing with a tarantula.
Yeah, we have tarantulas.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the little one, he molted, so he needed a bigger house. So we were putting him in his bigger house yesterday.
Why can't you just put them in a larger aquarium? Are they not supposed to have too big of a space?
If they have too big of a space, they could have a hard time finding like their water or their food. And also the bigger spaces could have bigger holes so they could escape.
Oh, gotcha. How did you guys get into that hobby?
So I have a fear of snakes. And when me and Seth started dating, my roommate bought a snake. And I told Seth, hey, don't buy a snake. And he's like, I already bought a snake. I was like, fine. If you get a snake, I get a tarantula. Because he's scared of tarantulas. And now we are both pretty much over our fears of the other creatures. So we are up to 1 snake and 4 tarantulas.
Oh my God. You guys are facing your fears.
Yeah.
What kind of snake?
It's a corn snake.
And tell me what that means. Is that like a boa constrictor type of deal?
No, I mean, she's still technically, when she eats, she is a constrictor, but she only gets to be about maybe 4 feet long.
Okay.
And then she won't get too big. So I don't know, maybe about like that big around, maybe a little bit bigger girthy.
You know, I was a resident hall advisor at Western State when I was doing my undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the kids on my floor had a boa constrictor in their suite.
Ugh.
And it was like 6 or 8 feet long.
Yeah,
They
those
used to hang out, they'd turn on the shower and it would be draped across the pole and the shower curtain thing and steaming or whatever. I mean, it was great. You know, everybody loved them. Everybody played with them. One day the snake was missing.
Oh no.
And everybody is looking everywhere. And then this is, you know, young guys that are living in dorms, we're idiots. And I can attest to you that we're idiots. And they called the radio station. We had a little 5-watt college radio station in a small town in Gunnison. And these guys called the radio station to say that their snake was missing and described the snake. Now, these guys are not supposed to have the snake in the dorms. So I get a call from the dean of students.
Oh, goodness.
And he says, Mark, I don't know what's going on over there, but if you don't find that snake right away and advertise that we have it and you've moved it out of the dorms, there's going to be serious problems because you are causing an uproar on my phone system is ringing off the hook about the wild man-eating snake
Oh, God.
on the loose. And we found the snake.
That's
It
good.
was up in a false ceiling. you know,
Wow.
chilling out on a warm water pipe that was going across there.
Yep, they like warm places.
That is one of the many times that I should have lost my job, but I didn't accidentally lose my job because, that's when you want to know why to go the extra mile at work, do what you can to succeed because, you're going to have screw ups and you're going to need some counterweight over there. So we went a little bit long because of the guys. Sammy, appreciate you so much. And you do such a great job for all of our clients. If anyone needs any kind of creative work to make your advertising pop and be remembered, and you need some coaching or you don't need some coaching, you just need Sammy, call us and we will get you hooked up.
Mm-hmm.
Next time, bring a tarantula to show everybody on the show.
I can show you their enclosures. You're not really supposed to handle them. They're really fragile.
You can't play with them?
You're not supposed to, because even if they fall maybe like a foot, they could rupture something and die. They're really fragile.
All right.
Maybe I can have Albie out there, the snake.
Okay. I want to have like a Wild Kingdom thing going on.
Okay, we'll do it.
All right. Listen, I love you. And thanks for dropping in on a Sunday where it's really cold. Get back to your blanket and you have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Sammy, everybody.